Thank you for that kind introduction, Commander. And it is really a pleasure to be in this historic city, the capital of the Ukrainian Navy. Earlier today we visited 4 NATO ships on the harbor, and I think they demonstrate the strong support of NATO to Ukraine, to your sovereignty and your territorial integrity. This maritime academy can trace its history back 75 years. NATO is not far behind. This year we are celebrating the 70th anniversary of the NATO alliance. NATO is a powerful idea for like-minded nations that share the same values and interests to stand together in solidarity and friendship. And should the need rise, to defend and protect each other on the field of battle. This commitment kept allies free and safe during the Cold War, when NATO and Ukraine found themselves on opposite sides. But 30 years ago, next month, the Berlin Wall fell, and change spread throughout Europe. Dictatorships fell and democracy spread. Freedom prevailed over oppression. These shared values have enabled us to develop deep partnerships with our friends around the world, friends like Ukraine, to work together and to support each other. That is why, no matter how difficult the challenge, no matter how grave the threat, I am confident that by standing together, friends and partners, we can overcome any challenge. It is now more than 5 years since Russia illegally annexed Crimea, an integral part of Ukraine. Russia undermined the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine, and it undermined decades of work to bring peace and stability to Europe. NATO will never recognize Russia's illegal and illegitimate annexation of Crimea. All NATO allies from Europe and North America are united in their condemnation of Russia's actions. We call on Russia to end its support for the militants in Donbass, its cyber attacks and disinformation campaigns. It must withdraw troops, its forces from eastern Ukraine, and allow OSCE monitors full and unhindered access to the whole of Ukraine. I welcome the release of the captured sailors from the 3 ships of the Ukrainian Navy. They showed great courage and determination in a very difficult situation, demonstrating the true Ukrainian spirit. Their release is a step in the right direction, but Russia must release all Ukrainian citizens, return the captured vessels, allow freedom of navigation, ensure free access to Ukrainian ports in the Sea of Azov in compliance with its international commitments. And the Minsk agreements must be implemented in full by all parties. The conflict in East has caused more than 1 million people to flee their homes. And more than 30,000 Ukrainians have been killed. And the toll continues to rise. This suffering must stop. So I welcome President Zelensky's commitment to a peaceful resolution of the conflict in eastern Ukraine. NATO will continue to support Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. NATO and Ukraine have been close partners for many years, and in the past 5 years, our partnership has only become closer. NATO supports Ukraine's efforts to reform its defense institutions and its armed forces. Our comprehensive assistance package for Ukraine covers a wide range of different activities to strengthen democratic control of the armed forces, improve command and control within the military, eradicate corruption in the security and defense sector, and ensure good governance. Combat the constant barrage of cyber attacks, increase military education and training, and encourage the adoption of NATO standards where this academy plays a leading role. We have also increased our support in the Black Sea, including cooperation with your Navy, with greater information sharing, port visits, and exercises. In the future, many of you may find yourselves taking part in NATO missions. Your skills, expertise, and courage will be a valuable contribution to international peace and security. Cadets, you are the future of this Navy. You are the next generation of Ukrainian leaders. And you are also citizens of a free and democratic Ukraine. It is your right and your responsibility to shape the future of your country. So study hard, train well, and be proud standard bearers for freedom and democracy. Thank you so much for your attention.